Yeah, my name is Donald Soctomah. I work here at the Tribal Museum, right in Indian Township on the Passamaquoddy Reservation. Passamaquoddy tribal member.
Yeah. And what do you do for a living?
I work here at the museum. I do a lot of maintenance here, artifact care and maintenance, but primarily I do a lot of digitization with our petroglyphs that we have. So we have some of the most concentrated areas of petroglyphs on the eastern seacoast, on the eastern coast. And so a lot of my job involves two types of photography. One's RTI, reflectance transformation imagery. The other is photogrammetry. But basically these photographies help see something that most people can't see with their naked eyes, you know.
Yeah. Well, that's really cool. And how long have you been doing that for then?
I've been doing this coming up on, I believe, 3 years now.
3 years? Okay.
So we got a training in about, I think, 2023. So,
okay.
Yeah, coming up on 3 years.
Very cool. And you said it was a group from, was it San Francisco who came over? And
yeah, so the people that came from San Francisco, they're a nonprofit organization, and they're called Cultural Heritage Imaging, CHI. And they travel all over the world to empower indigenous communities to do this for ourselves, so we don't have to depend on some outside source that might not give us all that information back or could put their own interpretation on it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I get asked this all the time. It's kind of an irksome question, but even still, you can answer it however you want. What's been some of your most cherished finds that you've discovered?
Yeah, we've found tons of new petroglyphs. That was really cool finding that. We've also found tons of different stone artifacts, bone fragments, pottery too. Those were all really cool finds.
Nice. And then, do you do an educational side to it?
Yeah, we take tons of different grades out there, you know, ranging from 6th all the way up to graduate school and college.
Awesome.
And even further from that, we take elders out there, we take tons of non-tribal people, and teach them about the petroglyphs, how to respect it, how to interpret it, and what to look for.
Yeah, well, that's incredibly cool. I mean, with some of the kids and stuff, I take it that there's some pretty excitable and positive reactions to it. Have you seen people, come in or come out with a different outlook on?
Definitely. They feel a stronger connection to our culture, to the land, and they feel a place in this world that's a lot more cemented, that's a lot more real, and that's important for a tribe that's still fighting for our sovereignty at the state level. We're a federally recognized tribe, but on the state level, we're still trying to get recognized.
Yeah, that's what you were telling me. Maine is not a particularly good state as far as giving you guys recognition. As far as in your lifetime, how's that battle been? Have you seen any form of improvement or digression with it?
I think that there's been slow improvement ever since I've been born, but I think with some of the new candidates that could potentially get into office here in Maine, a lot of them have pledged to get us our sovereignty, to help us get our sovereignty. And so there's a lot of tribal support for these upcoming people that are running for, Senate, for governor and stuff like that. So the future looks bright, but it has been a slow progress.
Yeah, a slow uphill battle, but You guys are getting there.
Yeah.
As far as like other conservation work here on the tribe, what other things have you guys been doing or that you participated in yourself?
Yeah, so we have quite a few different archaeological sites that some tribal members travel to and work with some of the universities that have classes that do a lot of the archaeological work out there, and they will include some tribal members, and that's really cool. Sometimes we'll even walk along some of the traditional places that we know we've been for thousands of years and look for artifacts, and some of the artifacts behind here have been found just a mile up the road along a beach or something like that. Tons of arrowheads, gouges, stuff like that.
Very cool. And so what is the history then of your people on this part of the world? did they migrate here? Have they been here since the beginning?
So we have legends that say that we've always been here, and it's pretty fascinating to see the further that science progresses, the more it confirms a lot of our legends that say that we've been here since the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very cool. And then, I guess the last question then I got for you is, I'm doing this big old hike to try to protect the wilderness. So what does the wild mean to you?
Yeah, I guess the wild to me means life, like vitality, life in every aspect, whether it's not just us humans or tribal people, non-tribal, but all of the creatures that used to reside here that no longer do. So recently we had an elder meeting, and I got to hear from the elders themselves, and they talked about when they grew up at my age, how much more life there was in the state of Maine, in the bay, the Passamaquoddy Bay. They could hear whales, at nighttime constantly, or they would see so much more life than there is now. So to me, the wild is sort of a little bit of the past, looking into the past, into what life used to be like for my ancestors. Stuff like old growth, beings and creatures such as elk and caribou that are no longer here, but those were always traditionally, a food source for us, especially in the wintertime when things would get pretty harsh. I believe we haven't had caribou here for well over 100 years. So it's I guess what it means to me for what the wild is a connection to the past of what life used to be like and what life should be like. So much healthier, so much more abundance, and there wouldn't be scarcity as much as there is now.
Yeah, I like that. That's a very unique and good perspective. So thank you for sharing.
Of course. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for participating in the interview and everything. And is there anything you want to tell anybody or give a shout out to what you guys are doing? Any name drops or anything?
I invite everyone that's seeing this to come to the museum and try and see it for yourself. See some of the petroglyph work that I've done. It's like night and day. Some of these petroglyphs you can't see when you're standing right in front of you, but this photography can bring it to the next level.
Yeah, and I can attest to that. He just showed me some of the slideshow of it, and like you said, it's night and day, but showing it was extremely mind-blowing for me. So if any of y'all get the chance, head on up to Northeast Maine and check it out. It's worth the trip, I would have to say. Yeah, so
thank you.
Yeah, thank you.